Hello, I'm R.J. Adams, and this is the legendary Studio Club, one of Hollywood's most historic landmarks. It was here between 1926 and 1970 that some of the industry's greatest young actresses once lived while seeking fame and fortune. Built in 1925 by Julia Morgan, designer of the magnificent Hearst Castle on the central California coast, the classic three-story Mediterranean-style structure was home to more than 10,000 young women who would cross its threshold during the club's 45-year lifespan. Like many of Morgan's buildings during this time period, the structure incorporated a more liberated mission style with tile roofs, decorative coins, and a triple vaulted archway accented by a pair of attractive cast iron entry lights. It was the chairwoman of the Hollywood YWCA, Constance DeMille, the wife of film producer Cecil B. DeMille, who first commissioned the building as a secure residence for young working-class women, most of which were aspiring actresses. Opened in 1926, the building, which housed up to 95 women at a time, featured a beautifully decorated assembly room with a vaulted ceiling and thick wood beams, arched windows, and a large stage. Other amenities included a library, dining room, a cafeteria which came equipped with a dietitian, and an open-air courtyard which the girls used for rehearsals and sunbathing. Some of the Studio Club's best-known tenants included aspiring screenwriter Ayn Rand, who would go on to capture the imagination of millions of people worldwide with such novels as Fountainhead and We the Living. Then there was Peg Entwistle, who discovered, like so many other young arrivals to Tinseltown, that the road to fame and fortune could be harsh and cruel. But Peg, who was despondent over her lackluster acting career, would eventually succeed in capturing the notoriety that she so desperately sought. On the afternoon of September 18, 1932, Peg Entwistle climbed atop the 50-foot-high letter H of the Hollywood sign and jumped to her death. Tragedy would also strike yet another Studio Club alumni, the glamorous leading lady, Linda Darnell. But unlike Peg Entwistle, the Texas beauty queen began landing a number of good roles shortly after her arrival in Hollywood, which included her breakthrough role opposite Tyrone Power in the feature film The Mark of Zorro. But on the morning of April 10, 1965, just one day after suffering injuries over 80% of her body resulting from a devastating house fire, the dark-haired Texas beauty was dead at the age of 42. The angelic Donna Reed, who made the Studio Club home in the early 1940s, established herself as one of the industry's most successful actresses. Her career, which spanned almost 45 years, included her very successful television show, The Donna Reed Show, and a little low-budget film called It's a Wonderful Life. Considered a box office bust, the Christmas classic, which co-starred Jimmy Stewart, would go on to become one of the holiday season's most popular movies. Also starring opposite Stewart in a number of feature films was the stunning leading lady, Kim Novak. Unlike other Hollywood hopefuls living at the Studio Club, Miss Novak had already hit Hollywood gold by the time she moved into the YWCA. Her stay at the Studio Club, which lasted for 3 long years, despite the fact that she had already been in a long line of hit films like Picnic, The Man with the Golden Arm, and Pal Joey opposite Frank Sinatra. Then there was Studio Club alumni Marie Windsor, whose 50-year career included appearances in nearly 200 roles in both film and television. Not to be outdone, former Studio Club resident Barbara Rush has been working in movies and television for almost 60 years. Shelley Winters, star of stage, screen, and television, first checked into the Resident Hotel for Women in the mid-1940s, and she quickly found herself sharing a room with a struggling young actress who would become one of the entertainment industry's greatest icons. It was while living at the Studio Club in July 1946 that 20th Century Fox gave her a color screen test and signed the sexy 20-year-old to her first studio contract as Marilyn Monroe. Studio Club blondes continue to reign supreme with stars like the voluptuous Dorothy Malone and a cute little cheerleader from Tucson, Arizona named Barbara Eden. How many millions of fans worldwide would spend countless numbers of hours dreaming of Jeannie? And then there was Farrah Fawcett, capturing the hearts and imaginations of America as Jill Monroe in the hit TV show Charlie's Angels. But perhaps no other story in the annals of the Studio Club's history is more horrifying and shocking than that of Sharon Tate. On the night of August 8, 1969, the fashion model and cover girl turned actress, along with 4 others, was brutally murdered by members of the notorious Manson family. At the time, she was 8.5 months pregnant. Tragedy, fame, fortune, mystery, intrigue, all the elements that throughout history have inspired great novels and captivating legends. Today, the Hollywood Studio Club stands as a monument to all those struggling actors who have gone before us. I'm R.J. Adams. We'll see you the next time.